On June 30th, my sister decided to make the only correct choices in episode 1 of season 1 of the Walking Dead games, and for that her face will be mutilated further than necessary.
Anything you do say may be given as evidence.
You to tell us about any involvement that you have had with the deaths of Juliana Falcon, Kyle Prosper and Giselle Prosper. We'd like to tell you about any involvement that you've had with them at all in their murders.
No comments.
Did you kill them?
No comments.
I am the chosen one, chosen by Clementine.
Nicholas Prosper buying the gun he used to murder his mother, sister and brother. A deadly weapon obtained illegally by a teenager with a dark obsession.
I am guided, as Christians are guided by Jesus Christ. And overall, Clementine's content will be preserved, maximised. That's the message I want to give out.
On June 30th, 2024, a teenage girl made what her brother considered the wrong choice in episode 1 of season 1 of the Walking Dead game. For that, he declared her face would be mutilated further than necessary. On September 13th, 2024, 19-year-old Nicholas Prosper shot his mother in the head, stabbed his 16-year-old brother over 100 times while he begged for his life, and shot his 13-year-old sister in the eye. After the killings, he changed into a shooting uniform that included a yellow bucket hat, a powerful symbol of childhood innocence in Japanese culture, recorded a video declaring himself the chosen one, guided by the fictional child character Clementine, and prepared to walk into a primary school to massacre dozens of 4- and 5-year-old children. Police stopped him before you could carry out the attack. Killers walk among us every day, ordinary people hiding unimaginable secrets. Welcome to Killers Among Us. Every story here is built on extensive research, drawing from court records, police reports, official documents, and verified sources only. No speculation, no opinions, no filler. You get the full, unfiltered picture, and you decide what it all means. If these deep dives resonate with you, if the facts hit hard, hit that like button, subscribe so you never miss an episode, and drop a comment below. Tell me your thoughts on the case, what shocked you most, or suggest other stories you'd like covered. Your engagement helps these real accounts reach more true crime lovers who value the truth over sensationalism. And today, we examine the triple murder of Juliana Falcon, Kyle Prosper, and Giselle Prosper by their 19-year-old son and brother Nicholas Prosper in Luton, and the school massacre he planned next. Let's dive in. Nicholas Prosper was born on December 18, 2005, and raised in Luton, Bedfordshire. He lived in a modest flat with his mother, Juliana Falcon, and his 2 younger siblings, Kyle and Giselle. To the outside world, they appeared to be a typical working-class family. Nicholas was academically capable, but withdrawn. Teachers described him as well-behaved but quiet, someone who kept to himself.
He just seemed to me like a really chill person. He didn't really give me the impression that something was maybe wrong with him or that he was going through something. He just seemed really chill and calm to me.
He had a deep interest in computers and technology and spent many hours online. Over time, he became increasingly isolated. He stopped attending school regularly and was eventually expelled. He had little real-world social contact and existed largely in a digital world. Behind that silence, Nicholas developed disturbing obsessions, He consumed violent content, studied past school shootings, and participated in forums that glorified them. He meticulously researched mass shootings, looking at logistics and mistakes made by previous perpetrators, with the goal of surpassing their death tolls. He also developed a deep, unhealthy fixation on Clementine, a fictional child character from the video game The Walking Dead. The game, first released in 2012, puts players in a zombie apocalypse where they control Lee Everett, who becomes the guardian of 8-year-old Clementine. Players make difficult choices that directly affect the story and how other characters view them. Nicholas didn't just play the game, he became obsessed with Clementine. He saw himself as her protector and wrote about her as if she were real. In one video he recorded, he declared himself the chosen one, guided by Clementine, and stated there would be no more killings of Larrys in front of Clementine, and that Clementine's content will be preserved.
I am the chosen one, chosen by Clementine. I am guided, as Christians are guided by Jesus Christ, and there will be no more killings of Larrys in front of Clementine, no more killings of St. John's in front of Clementine, and overall Clementine's content will be preserved, maximised. That's the message I want to give out.
On the night of September 12th, 2024, while his family slept, Nicholas sat at his computer for hours. He researched shotgun injuries to the neck, looked at images from school shootings, and viewed extreme content. At 4:11 a.m., he watched animated pornography. Half an hour later, he looked at photos from the Columbine shooting. At around 5 a.m., his mother Juliana woke up, awakened by the sound of Nicholas test-firing his shotgun in his room. She confronted him, and a struggle ensued. Nicholas shot her in the head at close range. She died instantly. His sister Giselle, 13, woke up and tried to hide. Nicholas found her and shot her in the eye.
And for that her face will be mutilated further than necessary.
His brother Kyle, 16, grabbed a kitchen knife to defend himself. Nicholas shot him in the chest, then stabbed him over 100 times, while Kyle was still alive and pleading for his life. After the killings, Nicholas changed into what he called a shooting uniform, including a yellow bucket hat, a symbol of childhood innocence in Japanese culture, and recorded a video referencing The Walking Dead. He prepared to carry out a mass shooting at St. Joseph's Catholic Primary School, the school he once attended. He plans to kill around 30 children aged 4 and 5, then end his own life. He left the flat at 5:33 a.m. Police responded after a 999 call and arrested him near the building.
Let's turn to matters here in the UK. A teenager who murdered 3 members of his family and also planned to carry out one of the biggest massacres, one of the biggest school shootings in UK history, has been sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 49 years. 19-year-old Nicholas Prosper killed his mother, Juliana Falcon, his brother Kyle and his sister Giselle at their home in Luton in September last year. Our correspondent Joe Black has more, and a warning: this report does contain some distressing detail.
To say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned.
Nicholas Prosper wanted to be the most notorious school shooter in the UK. But this is the moment that plan is disrupted.
Birmingham Road, I think we've got the offender.
At this point, he's already murdered his family, and these officers at the end of a night shift happen to see him on the street. Their instinct tells them something's not right. They see blood on his face and a shotgun and cartridges are found nearby.
Sorry, I'm a bit riled. Upstairs, just gone up to knock on the door, sorry. And I heard a massive bang, sounded like a gunshot.
Prosper, seen here leaving the flat where he lives, has just used that shotgun to shoot his mother Juliana Falcon, his 13-year-old sister Giselle, and his 16-year-old brother Kyle. Kyle, who it is believed tried to stop his brother, was also stabbed more than 100 times. Prosper then heads in the direction of his former primary school. One of the officers, who wishes to remain anonymous for operational reasons, says he now realises just how significant that arrest was.
He asked officers whether the local schools were on lockdown. He showed no emotion and appeared calm. During interrogation, Nicholas repeatedly answered no comment to every question, even when asked about the deaths of his mother, brother and sister, or the shotgun and knife found on him.
So you can see why we're talking to you. You've got 3 members of your family dead at your flat, and you've shown us where the shotgun is. We've got someone saying that you've bought the shotgun. Is there anything that you want to explain about any of that?
No comment.
Because this is the point of an interview, is your chance to tell us if you do want to say anything.
No comments.
And do you remember what I said to you about the caution that if later on in court you want to say something, they may not believe you?
No comments.
Okay.
Nicholas Prosper pleaded guilty to 3 counts of murder and multiple firearms offences. On March 19th, 2025, at Luton Crown Court, he was sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum term of 49 years.
Prosper, you are 19 years old. On the 24th of February 2025, you pleaded guilty to purchasing a firearm without a firearm certificate on the 12th of September 2024. The murders of your mother, Juliana Falcon, your sister, Giselle Prosper, aged 13, and your brother, Kyle Prosper, aged 16, early the following day, possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life, and possession of a bladed article. After arrest, you displayed no signs of agitation or mental distress. You were inappropriately cheerful and engaged the officers in conversation. You asked if the local schools were locked down. You wanted to be known posthumously as the world's most famous school shooter of the 21st century. On count 1, the sentence is 3.5 years custody concurrent. On each of counts 2, 3 and 4, I impose concurrent sentences of custody for life with a minimum term calculated from 49 years, from which the time you have already spent on remand must be deducted. Counsel have calculated this as 188 days. If that is incorrect, the case must be listed so it can be corrected. The sentence on those counts is therefore custody for life with a minimum term of 48 years and 177 years concurrent.
The judge noted he remains highly dangerous and may never be released. At his first court appearance, his father, Rai, shouted, "I still love you, son. It's not your fault, okay?" before breaking into tears. But honestly, this case reveals a terrifying problem. One person can hide extreme violent fantasies for a long time, and when those fantasies turn toward their own family, the warning signs are often missed until it is too late. There are killers among us, sometimes living in the same home. This kind of tragedy could have been prevented with earlier recognition of concerning behaviour, better mental health support for young people with violent ideation, stricter controls on illegal firearms, and swift action when someone expresses intent to harm others. Stay aware. Protect yourselves and the people you love. That's the full story of the Prosper family murders. New cases drop every Thursday and Sunday. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss one. Thank you for watching Killers Among Us. Until next time, stay aware. The killers are among us.